Hey guys, Andy here. So there's a lot of power banks available on the market, and to be quite honest, a lot of the time I think, how different is one from the next? So when people get in touch with me saying, can I review the power bank? I kind of think, well, is it anything different or is it just a power bank? On this occasion, a company called Veger, got in touch with me. I had a look at the products. I thought, actually, they do look quite interesting. There's a couple of things that are a bit different with the power banks that they sent me. And in this video, I'm going to show you what. So both of them are on Amazon at the moment at $13.99, which for a start, I think is actually a really good price. And one of the things that I sort of noticed when I unboxed them both, which is how small they are. This is 10,000 milliamp hours and this is 5,000 milliamp hours. I thought, really? So obviously I did my testing, we'll come to that in a moment. But yeah, they're both $13.99, but they're both on a particular offer. So I think normal price of this is closer to 30 and the normal price of this is closer to 20, I think. But right now, and they did say they're running some kind of, they did say there's a promotion going through till June. So depending when you're watching this, that's June 2023. They might be on offer until the end of June, and the prices might change then. So let's start off with the 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank. Again, to me, it seems really quite small for a 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank. And in my testing, somebody explained to me once why you're not actually going to get 10,000 milliamp hours. So my Pixel 6 is just over 4,500 milliamps, so you would imagine 2 full charges from zero and a little bit more. That's not how it works. And I forget, they did show the maths of, look, this is actually, you don't get 1 milliamp from the battery into 1 milliamp in your phone's battery. There's a ratio, and you're generally going to get around 2/3, a touch under. And sure enough, this did. In my testing, I was getting just over 6,000. So if my phone is 4,100, if I let it go down to about 25%, so I've got about 1,000 left, I need about 3,000 putting in. I could do that twice, 2 full charges on this quite small and neat little battery. I also like, you can press the button and get the digital readout of the percentage of the actual battery. I think that's really handy. And also there's 3 different types of port. There's the USB type A in the middle, which is pretty universal for charging other devices, and you get micro USB on the one side for charging the battery, and you get USB type C on the other side for charging both ways. So I was using the C to C to charge my phone, and then I would just unplug it from my phone and plug it into the power source to charge the battery back up. It says it's rapid charge, but I guess there are different levels of rapid, and it's not as rapid as some, and it would take over a couple of hours if I had to go from really low percentages. It would be over a couple of hours to get there. But yeah, you would get a good 6,100 or so milliamps into your phone, which again, I know it sounds, but it's advertised at 10,000. That's just the way it is. It's not something that these guys are doing to try and trick people. Even if you buy Anker or any other sort of the big brands, that's just how it works. There is some math involved, and I really should look up the reasoning why. You also get like a little carry bag with this one, which it goes in nicely. I guess you could tie it off if you were really that bothered. So I quite like that. Again, just adds that sort of the portability factor is quite small. You can put it in a carry bag, throw it in your bag, and it's not going to damage things or get damaged itself. So that was the 10,000 milliamp hour. And then this is what really intrigued me, to be honest. This little sort of, it looks like a speaker almost. And I know this comes in Lightning port because that's what they originally sent me a link to. And I thought, well, I can't do that, I don't do Apple. So they said, yeah, we've got it in USB type C. And the idea being, you literally just plug that into the bottom of your phone. And there it goes, and it's going to charge. So again, we've got the similar kind of maths going on in this instance. It was not quite as good, I think. So if it was 5,000 milliamp hours, I think I was getting about 2,800. So it won't do a full charge from anything less of sort of, I think it was like 30-ish%. From 30 it might go up to about 90 or so. It charged a bit quicker actually, so it was more than 1% a minute. So in an hour it could do, well, it generally would last about an hour, somewhere between 50 minutes and an hour and 5. but in that time it would charge about 70% and then it's done. But actually, to me, that sounds really good, really ideal. I was on a bike ride, it was a 100-mile bike ride 2 weeks back. And I'm always taking photos, especially when I'm riding with mates and things, which is really particularly scenic. I'm taking lots of photos. In the end, I turned battery saver mode on because I realised it's backing everything up and it's doing just everything it does when you're taking photos and backing up to the cloud and what have you. And it was just ruining my battery. So in the end, I turned battery saver on. But actually, if I can take this with me cycling, because it's not that big, and I can plug it in, I can drop that back into my back pocket or into any sort of luggage that I've got on the bike, and that can just charge away for an hour or so and give me that enough boost that definitely I'll last through the day. It does have indicator, I don't know if you can see that on the front there, of the lights showing how much charge is in it, so this is fully charged. And it's charged by USB Type-C. I think these days, whose phone, if your phone takes the USB Type-C, then clearly you're going to be able to charge that with your phone charger. It does have the little sort of rubber cap, which is quite handy again for sort of transporting. What I did notice, when that's out the back there and you're plugged in, if you're trying to lay your phone flat, the rubber thing is getting in the way. So actually, quite a lot of the time I had the rubber thing on the top of the device, if that makes sense, so that it could still lay flat on the desk. So yeah, a little 5,000 mAh battery from Vega. Again, at the moment, $13.99 on Amazon. I think it's a great buy just because, like I say, it's a much easier. If I'm cycling, I don't really want to have something that big. And not that it's heavy, because it's actually quite small for a 5,000 mAh. But most of my battery packs are quite a size, and I don't really want to have to put them somewhere on me when I'm cycling. In fact, most times I don't need them. But again, for enough 2 days time, I'm doing Ride London, a 100-mile ride. Brilliant. I'm gonna put that somewhere on the bike or in one of my pockets. And if I am taking lots of photos and my battery's getting ripped, I just plug that in for half an hour or so and it'll give me enough boost. So yeah, I think it's actually a really good little battery. As I say, there's so many that, what's the difference between most of them? But I think that is quite different. That's quite a funky little charger it's just so portable, it's easy to have with you to use in a pinch. So do use the link that I'll provide down below that they've sent me, which will take you to their Amazon page with all of their products. I'm kind of interested to see some of the other ones. They've got a 10,000 mAh, a 20,000 mAh, sorry. And I'm thinking there's a 10,000 this small. Well, 20 would be too bad actually then. So yeah, do take a look. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But for now, my name's Andy, and I'll catch you all again soon.